Good morning. Today, by online learning, I discuss with you class 7th poem. Children, have you ever seen squirrel? All must have seen squirrel. Also sees activities, running here and there, then sit one place eating something. So, today our poem is also about a squirrel. It's written by Mildred Bowers Armstrong. She's a female writer. What she write in this poem and what she say in this poem is she's telling about the activities, the physical appearance of squirrel that she observes when she was child. So let's read this poem. He wore a question mark for tail, an overcoat of grey. He sat up straight to eat a nut. He liked to tease and play, and if we ran around his tree, he went the other way. Mildred Bowers Armstrong. So, all in this line, the poetess is telling about his activities, his physical appearance that she observes when she was child. So, let's see what's in first line. He wore a question mark for tail. He here is squirrel. He wore a question mark means his tail is looking like a question mark. You know this is question mark. You can see the symbol of question mark is same looking like a squirrel tail. So that's why the poet is saying he wore a question mark for tail. What's in next line? An overcoat of grey. In this line, the poet is telling about his physical appearance. You can see in this picture what's the color of the squirrel? It's grey. That's why the poet is telling about an overcoat of grey. Overcoat means his physical appearance is looking like a overcoat. As the squirrel is also of grey color, and you have seen overcoat that's we wear when it's too cold of grey color. So its physical appearance is compared with an overcoat. That's color of squirrel is grey and overcoat color also grey, so there is a comparison in his physical appearance with the overcoat. What's in next line? He sat up straight to eat a nut. Now in this line the poetess is telling about his physical appearance of squirrel. He sat up straight. Now in next line the poet is telling about this posture. He sat up straight. Whenever squirrel eats something, he just sat up straight without bending. In this line, the poet is telling about his posture of sitting. Whenever he used to eat a nut, he just sat straight without bending. So in third line, the poet is telling about his posture. What's in next line? He liked to tease and play. In this line, the poet is telling about his activity. What he likes to do? He likes to tease and play. What's the meaning of tease? Tease to make fun of. To make fun of. So, what squirrel likes to do? Squirrel likes to do tease and play. उसको खेलना पसंद है और tease means चिढ़ाना, to make fun of. And if we ran around his tree. Now in fifth line, the poetess is telling if we ran, who are we here? We poet is used for herself and her friends. When he when they what's in fifth line? Now what's in fifth line? And if we ran around his tree. Now who is we here? We here is poet herself and her friends. Whenever they used to ran around his tree, what the squirrel do? Squirrel ran here and there and went the other way. In this line, the poet is telling about his childhood memories. The poet is telling about her childhood memories. Now what's in fifth line? And if we ran around his tree, who? Now what's in fifth line? And if we ran around his tree, who is we here? We here is poet herself and her friends. The poet is telling that whenever she and her friends whenever she and her friends used to ran around his tree. What's in fifth line? And if we ran around his tree, who is we here? We here is poet herself and her friends. She is here telling about his childhood memories. Whenever she and her friends used to ran around his tree, what the squirrel used to do? He ran the other way. जब भी पोएट जब भी पोएट और उसकी फ्रेंड्स उसका जो पेड़ था स्क्विरल का उसकी तरफ जाते तो स्क्विरल क्या करता ही यूज द ही यूज टू रन द अपोजिट ऑफ दैट वे वो जिस तरफ आते वो उसके अपोजिट तरफ क्या है स्टार्ट रनिंग सो बाय दिस द पोएट is telling about his childhood memories. Now, what's in fourth line? He liked to tease and play. Here, the poetess is telling about his activity. What the squirrel liked to do. He liked to tease and play. What is the meaning of tease? Tease meaning is to make fun of. किसी को चिढ़ाना. So, what the squirrel like to do? Squirrel like to do tease and play. And if we run around his tree, what is the meaning of we here? We here is poetess herself and her friends. यहाँ जो poetess है वो अपनी childhood की memories के बारे में बता रही है कि whenever she or her friends used to run around his tree, around squirrel tree, what the squirrel used to do? He ran the other way. जब भी पोएटस और उसकी फ्रेंड्स उस पेड़ की तरफ जाते तो स्क्विरल क्या करता ही रन अपोजिट टू द अदर वे सो बाय दिस the poem get ends and the poet very well described about the physical activity physical appearance his activities all in this poem that the poets observed when she was child. Now let's see summary. Poem summary. In this poem, the poet Mildred Bowers Armstrong describing a squirrel that he observes in his garden. The poet describes how the squirrel covered in grey fur sits in an upright position on a tree branch eating a nut. His tail looks like a question mark because of its bent shape. The happy and lovely squirrel loves to play with the poet and her friends. Whenever they ran around his tree, he would run to the other side of the tree. The poets tell us about the nature of the squirrel, that it is innocently naughty and likes to tease anyone who comes near him. So, as I explain you in this poem, that all physical appearance, all his activity is discussed by poet in this poem that she observes when she was child. Now let's see question answers. What is compared with grey overcoat? The squirrel body is compared with overcoat. किसके कंपैरिजन किया गया ओवरकोट के साथ स्क्विरल का जो फिजिकल अपीयरेंस है जो ग्रे कलर की उसकी बॉडी है उसका कंपैरिजन किया गया है ओवरकोट के साथ में सेकंड क्वेश्चन हु इज सिटिंग ऑन द ग्राउंड एंड व्हाट इज इट डूइंग द स्क्विरल इज सिटिंग ऑन द ग्राउंड एंड ईटिंग अ नट व्हाट डज इट डू व्हेन वी गो अराउंड as you see in fifth line what the squirrel used to do when someone go near to him it disappeared behind the tree when he go around or he went the other way when he go when someone go around the tree. वो क्या करता था, या तो कोई अदर वे चला जाता था या फिर वहां से क्या है डिसअपियर हो जाता था जब भी उसके पास में कोई जाता था. How does the poet describe the squirrel? The poet describes the squirrel as a naughty and intelligent animal whose tail is like a question mark and who wears a coat. उसका जो किस तरह से पोएट ने डिस्क्राइब किया है स्क्विरल को, उसका जो टेल है इज लुकिंग लाइक अ क्वेश्चन मार्क, उसका जो फिजिकल अपीयरेंस है इज लाइक अ ओवरकोट. Also describe its activity, also describe his posture, also tell some childhood memories of herself. Do you like poet description of the squirrel? Yes, this description is very much like a squirrel appearance. जो पोएट ने डिस्क्रिप्शन दिया है स्क्विरल का, as she observes when she was child, is also same like we see in our day-to-day life. Squirrel is also same like that. So this description is very much like a squirrel appearance. So by this our chapter get ended, our poem get ended. Thank you.